What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Danny O. Let's go! And we're back at it again with episode number 3. If you're returning, thank you. We appreciate you for growing our community. If you're new here, welcome and strap in. On today's episode, we're going to get into some win-a-box tournament that happened at Critical Hit over in the city of Corona. We're going to get into LCQ and a little bit of our feelings in going into this. There's also going to be a giveaway at the end of the video, so stick around. This is the Lorcana Cookout.
All right, Danny, what we got on the menu today, bro?
Well, we're all normal people, right? Besides us being Lorcana players. The holidays just passed, so Thanksgiving. It's a very good holiday for a lot of people. Time to embrace giving thanks just for what we have. Lorcana, we have Lorcana.
Yeah.
How was your guys' Thanksgiving?
I'll go ahead and start off. Mine was good, just chilled with the family. Work gave me the day off, so it was pretty chill. Had a little hiccup, and not too bad, but yeah, thankful for my family and my wife, my kids, and honestly thankful for this community, man. It's been a big change in my life, and like I told a couple people, like I feel like now that I'm playing card games, like this is a calling of mine or something like I really enjoy. So yeah, I'm thankful for Lorcana to bring me to meet you guys and everyone I've met so far. So definitely.
Nice. What about you, Hector? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. I had a great time. I actually went with call it like it was like more like side family. It's like not like blood, but it's like the laws, like that side of the family. So cousins, I grew up with them. It was really cool. It's always Thanksgiving, so like around that time when it's holidays, I actually become a different type of card player. To be able to play with the family. So we do more like poker, we do more like Uno, we do more like exploding kittens. So we do like those type of cards. So I had to change it up. Yeah, it is pretty cool of seeing like as a TCG player, like some of those strategies go into it. They'll play like they'll do some plays like in Uno or exploding kittens, and I'm just like, wait, what? Like that's a neg too, bro. What are you doing? You can plus this way, do that, yeah. But it was cool. I'm also thankful for obviously like we talking about Thanksgiving. I feel like we should. It's good to mention how thankful we are about Lorcana. So it's good. As you guys know, I used to be a Yu-Gi-Oh player. I not in a bad way. I do miss some friends, but I don't really miss the game. I do love the community, like how positive Lorcana is. So it is good to get out of that environment that I was once in. That could be a very toxic, competitive environment to more like a friendly, amazing, loving community environment. So it's really cool. But hey, some of the friends of Yu-Gi-Oh, I still love you guys. No hate, but I mean, like overall as a card game, I'm very happy where Lorcana is. And then yeah,
Eddie?
Yeah, man. No, thanks. I mean, I'm grateful to you guys. I'm grateful, to have you guys as friends through this game. For me, I was so blessed. Had a nice family gathering at my grandparents' house. They're both in their 90s, and such a blessing to, have the family come together, have like little nephews, little cousins, older cousins. I'm blessed. Like I have a lot of family. We all live close to each other, and have the freaking best like meal, turkey legs, sweet potatoes. Like I'm a food junkie, so I feast and I got seconds. I love Thanksgiving is always great. I always love it, and I love the out. And we did apples to apples. And I love exploding kittens too. I love you play that, Hector. Like that's something we actually talked about playing at our family together. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Thanksgiving's awesome.
Actually showed Danny for the first time like a few, and he learned for the first time.
We're playing at the shop, and I was like, "What is going on?" There's bombs. I was like,
oh. he was loving the 2 cats you discard. He's like, oh, this is cracked. This card is crazy.
Green steel.
Yeah. I know, right? It feels weird playing card games with friends, like with family. Like we're playing apples to apples, so I'm like, oh, I got this. I'm like shuffling like crazy, and they're like, calm down.
I'll start shuffling my cards, how I do with my hand.
Yeah.
Like, how do you do that? How do you do that?
I'm still trying to learn how to do all that shit.
Yeah.
What about you, Danny?
I don't want to talk about your shuffling, Cesar.
Yeah, I know my shuffling's terrible.
If you guys ever play against Cesar, just watch him shuffle. But my Thanksgiving was great. I'm thankful for my wife, my kids, everything that I have. The Lorcana community, it's great. The day after Thanksgiving, man, getting into Christmas mode, right? Putting up the lights already. I just finished yesterday, so really thankful for everything just we have, and feels great, guys. I'm still full. I still feel it from the past couple of days. But yeah, let's get into some topics here. Critical hit, right? Just passed in the city of Corona. It was a win-a-box tournament basically, and some cookout attendees went and came on top. Not the full
Case.
top, but
It was a case practically. Yeah, it was a case.
oh yeah, was it a case?
No, it was a it was a case. It was a case.
Oh, they
Oh,
did. They
dang.
ended up still sticking to it. They did a case.
Yeah, it was a case.
Oh,
it was a case
dang,
tourney.
crazy.
Yeah,
Winning
unfortunately,
case tourney. See,
yeah.
even better. Great pricing. At the
And
end
they
of the
stuck
day,
to it.
so that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
and
Yeah,
they stuck to it.
that's cool.
Unfortunately, the turnout wasn't as great as they expected, I'm sure, and I was kind of bummed out about it too. I was hoping it was a little bigger turnout to have a little bit more competition, but it is what it is. But it was a 15 player, I think it was 15 player turnout.
It was 16.
Yeah.
So great, but it's a great store. I think it's just a not known store yet. So if you guys ever are in the city of Corona, live in the respected area, it's city of Corona. It's right down the street from another shop that's locally known. Check it out. They have their Lorcanas on the weekdays and on the weekends, I believe. So it'll be posted in the bottom description for sure for Critical Hit. But yeah, let's get into it.
Yeah, so I think from the cookout, from Team TCG, it was me and Hector / cookout, and then from cookout, it was cookout / TDK was Ethan. I think that was everybody that was there as far as the cookout. Ethan, unfortunately, is not here today, but he did scrub out, unfortunately.
He wasn't there in that tourney either,
yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. Who was it there? Wait, who else was there?
Ethan just got like,
yeah. He basically,
Like, here you go.
It happens, you know. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we can't always have a great day, you know. Sometimes we have to just scrub out. Me and Hector went. I finished first in Swiss, undefeated. I think it was best of 3, so I think I dropped just one game. And then I ended up splitting the last game. All 4 playing it out, but at that point, it was seeding, and I knew I was going to be either first or second, so there was no point to even play that match. And good thing, because I would have got clapped. Actually, I probably should have played that match, because then I would have been able to find out more lines to what I was going to play against in the finals. And it probably would have helped me. Who knows? I probably should have played that match now that I think about it. But
What happened in the finals, though?
So, let me put out my list. So, I was playing Green Steel. Took a little bit from... Yeah, I took a little bit from your list and a little bit from Dre's list. Our partner, our teammate Dre, yeah. Eagle Dre. I wasn't testing. I was kind of going off of your guys's and just kind of like my knowledge on it. So I did put in the 2 Calhouns. I did not take out full Ursulas because I think that's crazy of Dre. I did have 1 slot, so I fit in 1 Honey Lemon. And other than that, I think it's pretty simple. Oh, and I fit in the 2 Basils because I think he's good. I left the 1 Ana. The list felt pretty good that day. The only thing that the finals was against that purple steel location deck that our boy right here, Hector, has a video on. You guys could check that out.
Check it out under the description, guys.
I'll put the link in the description.
Right there.
It's probably one of his most popular videos right now because it's a crazy deck. But I think game 1, I think game 1 I would say cracked opener, but not for his deck. Like I had Ursula and then I had like triple let the Storm Rage on in my hand, but he dropped double John Silver on me, and the Ursula was not gonna do anything to him. So I think I had a hidden cove, like it was pretty good. I think I did do a misplay where I think he turns one of his John Silver sideways, and I think I Bruno'd it. I probably should have just killed it with my beast instead of putting it back in his hand. So I think that was a misplay right there that probably lost me that game. And then game 2, I just drew super bricked. I had I skipped turn 1 and turn 2, and he just dropped double John Silver on me again. So I mean, they were non-game. The first one was a game. The second one was a non-game. But first one I think I definitely misplayed. So like looking back at it, you know, there's always something you can do to hopefully come out on top, and I think that's what it was. I think I can't remember the game fully, obviously, but I think he did turn sideways, and I think I sung with Beast Bruno instead of just killing it. And I think I should have just. I was fine draw wise, like I had cards in my hand to keep drawing. There's no need to like preserve my beast effect to keep drawing. I think that's where I messed up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
pretty cool
seeing-
tournament.
Yeah, we're seeing purple steel, man. Even not the fairy variant, not the control variant. It's a location aggro, turn sideways, do something about it variant. Man. I'm telling you guys, purple steel.
Oh, man, that tourney,
it's
man.
their-
That
it's
tourney
their-
was interesting.
So
Purple steel's time. These
We'll-
players.
Yes, it's
Let me go ahead
killer.
and put Hector's
Yeah.
list up on.
Oh, you want my perspective on that tournament? Because I have a few things to say, man. Okay.
Check it out.
Okay, so it was round one. I ended up playing red, purple, burn, and it was rough. And then I ended up misplaying. I like laid a whole board down, and then I had 3 link left, and then I don't know why I went goofy mode, and then not the good goofy. We're talking about the unplayable goofies. And then I went 2 drops me, and then I left 1 ink, and I saw my hand, and I had a Pete. And I was like, oh no. And I was like, I misplayed hard, and then I get punished by a B prep next turn. I was like 8, 10 lower, and I was like, oh no, I usually don't make those mistakes. So it was rough. And then I ended up still put myself I Pete next turn, and he was playing Burst, so he can't play actions like he can't play Pirate's Life, Thievery. He can't play any of that. He needs 3 lore to win. He only has 1 card in hand. He does have double Comic Con. So he goes double Comic Con tap, and then he goes White Flower, go. Those were the 3 cards he had in his hand.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that's not real, bro.
The burn.
The burn,
Yeah,
yeah.
the burn.
So-
And
So
it's out
that
there, man.
happened. As you guys see some of my ratios there, I definitely is a bunch of 1-ofs. Something to take note of, when you guys see a bunch of 1-ofs, I don't treat it as like 1-ofs, because like, for example, when you see like the 1 Gontu and 2 Ariel, I treat it as I have 3 high questers. If you guys see like 3 Cogsworth and 1 Baymax, I treat it as I have 4 or 5 drops that like are good with like resist and be able to like have sponge. So like whenever you guys see like me with ratios, just know like I put that in a specific category. I need this many high questers. I need this many removal. I need this many that. So maybe it's a 1-of, but it goes in with a family of a 4 or 5. But yeah, I also ended up playing against that steel deck, purple steel. I was number 2 seed. Cesar was number 1 seed. So we were gonna live the dream and go to the finals. See, we want to split the team at the end. And this guy said, "Oh, nice jerseys, guys. Well, let me beat you first, and then I'll go ahead and beat your teammate right after." And then he got us, man. It was rough, but hey, it was all fun. It was cool. And yeah, we had a good time in that tournament. And yeah, I can't wait to see how. Speaking of that, because he said I put it on my video of the YouTube. I did not know it was gonna be like my most watched, like in rate, like a like per hour video. Like it blew up, and then I went to locals. Someone was playing it. They ended up getting first, and I was like, oh no, not like this. I love my views, man, but I don't want
It's
that
your
one
fault.
to be the one, because then everyone's around me. I'm like, no, this is not good. It's popular.
It
It's
was
not good.
you.
Yeah, like today we're gonna go to a Win-a-Box tournament over at TCG in the city of Redlands, and I bet that deck's gonna be there too. Like it's gonna be out there, and so we just gotta be prepared for it and see what we can do.
Yeah, if you see me scrub out, I'm probably gonna play some goofy stuff today. So I'm expecting to scrub out.
Me too. I'm gonna take this free box tournament as a time to experiment, explore.
So one thing I want to talk about here, there's a line I want to mention. Sorry, Hector. We gotta help out the community. There's a line that I wanted to mention. I pointed out to Hector that he could have done that same game, game 1. I don't think I would have won him the game that instant, but it was a play he definitely missed. I think he like inked his fire the cannons with the fishbone, and he also had the Baymax in hand. So I was telling him to get closer to like winning, and then he would have won next turn. He could fire the cannon his own Hiram, then play the Baymax, and then he would have. And then I think he still had Dime too, and then he would have basically got into 19. And it was a play he overlooked too. So I mean, sometimes there's these little plays that we overlook or don't think about that you got to take into account, because if that would have put him in the 20, and he told me he wasn't even thinking about it, so that could have possibly put him to 20, which it didn't, but in a scenario that could have put him to 20, and he would have missed that line, so we always got to think about these little lines we can do and stuff like that. So just want
those little plays those plays that differentiate someone from like a top player that gets price cards to a top player that gets Mickey. Those little plays right there. Those little big plays.
For sure.
So,
those are little plays that keep me up at night, dude. I think about all those plays over and over again.
All right, we'll go ahead into our next topic.
So LCQs, right? It's around the corner. Some of us got in, some of us didn't. We know people that got in, we know people that didn't get in, and it's very heartbreaking, but overwhelmed and very like grateful at the same time, right? So it's really hard to be in the middle. So me personally, I was able to get in, which was great. I did it on my phone over the app, so I was clicking. I was like, come on, because I had to refresh like 2 times, and it wasn't giving me the option to put the one ticket. And then the third time I refreshed, it popped up with one ticket, so I was able to check out. So I'm happy I'm able to go. Later on in episodes, we're gonna get into some decks that probably people are gonna bring, maybe some sleepers. But I'm very happy and very fortunate that I'm able to actually participate and get my one more chance to possibly make it. Who else got in?
Yeah. So for me, I didn't have to do it. I got the invite,
Yeah.
but I mean, I can for sure see, which I still have no clue about it. By the way, I still have no information
Right.
on it. I was gonna post on X to ask anyone else. I was gonna ask Wonderland because I think he also qualified on in Seattle. I think that was his first qualified. So I was gonna ask around to see if anyone has gotten their email because I still don't have that. So I don't know when I should be expecting that. But anyways, like I can understand the stress of this because I mean, just every time signing up for even just the regular events, the DLCs, like it was
Yeah,
like
it's rough.
it was stressful, man. Like honestly, the one for Seattle, I got in and I got lucky, and I wasn't too stressed about that one because I wasn't sure if I was gonna go. Good thing I did, obviously. But like the ones I did want to go to, like Vegas and Fort Worth, like I was like, man, like come on, and you like Danny said, I had to refresh twice and click, and my ticket's there, and then it's gone, and then this and that, and it's just like, and then once you buy it, it freezes, and you gotta wait for the confirmation email, and it's just stressful. So for the LCQs and like some of our teammates, um, it's just heartbreaking, I know Hector said this earlier, a couple months ago, I think that it's already hard enough as it is to make day two. I mean, I get they want to kind of do Nats a little bit more restricted and Worlds a little bit more restricted, but might as well just give the invite to top 64, like top 32 at least. I know, I think it is at top 32. No, is it top 32 or top 16?
Top
The invite?
16?
Top
Top
16.
16?
I
Yeah,
think
top
that I
16.
think Nats could be a little bit more people. Um, like I said, making day two is already hard as it is. Might as well. But that's just my opinion. So
Oh yeah, for sure. Hector?
All right, so I feel really strongly about this topic because it's really, man, okay. Oof. All right, so I think Ravensburger has done a great job at being able to listen to the community and be able to listen challenger to challenger. And then I think that's one of the biggest flaws was the system of how they did this whole nationals, how they were able to do the challengers, this and that. I never ever had to stress out. I know like Yu-Gi-Oh! I know some magic term like that, but I think selling out that instantly to where like you also cap it to like 2,000 players to that, and if people can't sign up some of the days and there's openings, there should be able to people to sign up that day
Yeah.
of. That's really ridiculous. People make the trip hoping to get in. They're risking down the line, and there's free spots available, and just well, do you have a badge? Well, no, but like I'm here, and then there's spots available. People didn't show us, and that they should be able to get a badge. Also, the LCQs. I don't know, like in you, I don't know how many players, but there's like a 2,000 player nationals. That's kind of what it is. It sounds like a lot, but it really isn't when your community is more than 20,000 players. So like way more than that. So in Lorcana, I can only imagine if there's that much or more. And then being able to do only top 16 invites, I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Being able to top 64 alone, it's really hard. And even let alone like even top like 128, letting a let it go, you have to perform good to just get a let it go. So being able to put it top 16 only and be able to have a 150 player max Nats, I think is fully ridiculous to me. So I think that is one thing that I understand that they're learning. Sorry, I'm going on a rant. This might be a little bit of my coffee speaking as well, but I very feel passionate that there's no reason why one of our teammates, like Blades play tries to join every challenger, loses in top 32 and cannot get his invite. He goes to top 32 at a 2,000 player event. Does not have an invitation to Nats, and then now can't even qualify in the LCQs because he didn't get in because the way they have set up of the limited number or the way the pot system is. Don't even get me started about how easier it is to now get an invite once you're in the LCQ because you just have to go 5-0. You just have to win a locals. So if your
Yeah.
matchups go good that day, there is no way you weigh the the weight that it has on a top 16, 9-round day one, 2,000 player meta event, and you're gonna weigh in a 5-round. You go 5-0. Oh, I played hyper aggro and I faced 4 blue reds, and and I faced 1 purple red, but the purple red drew bad. I got my invite.
And to be
That's
honest,
wild.
and to be honest, it's something people might be like looking over. There can be a still a bunch. I mean, let's talk about the Lorcana community. Great community, but there's a lot of people that sign up for these high competitive events that are below average players. Like, to no offense to anyone, but there's a shot that you might get a pod of 3 below average players, and that's your 3 matches. And yeah, I mean, you might get one really good person, but there's a chance you might not. And you just get all these below average players, and you might be one of these, 43 pointers, qualified once, day 2 person, and you face these people. Like, it's a free invite. And it goes back to like getting the top 64. You hear a lot of these players that are qualified right now, and they're saying like all you need, because 7 rounds of 2-game format, all you need is four I believe 4 2-0s, and you're kind of locked in, and you could split the rest. But like, with how limited it is right now, like those 4 2-0s sounds hard, man. You're playing against the top players, top 16 players, like, of every event. Like, I think, I mean, I've never played any card game before, but I think like Nats should be just at least a little bit bigger. I don't know if I agree with the 2,000 that Hector was saying, but for sure, like, at least a little bit bigger. This is too tiny.
No, yeah.
And even then, we can agree that a 2-0 in a 2-game format, it's harder than you winning in a best of 3 when there's a die roll is dependent.
Yeah.
And I think we've gone away from now, like, the part where it used to be the player that goes first had the biggest advantage. There's so much more cards in the card pool now, and there's so much more decks that actually can win 60% of the time going second because of how the decks are run. And so I don't think going first makes a big difference anymore as it used to back in set 1, set 2, set 3 even. But with that, like how Hector was saying, even at Vegas, like, I felt so bad, right? It was like 2,000 people signed up at the starting of before round 1. There was like over like 200, 300 people that didn't show up. Yeah. And that didn't show up, that dropped, and they were dropping them like this, quick, boom, 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 boom. Give us like 10 minutes, but there was like 200 people outside the door that wanted to attend and would have purchased. Hey, let me.
That was me. That was me. I was there.
And they're
I was there. And they said, no, you don't get to play.
Yeah, like
financial wise, it makes no sense either. They're collecting double money. Because they're not giving a refund to those people. Like, you're collecting double entry.
They could have even double charged, right? They could have been like, hey, because you didn't make it for the first one, or instead of it being $50 or how much, I think $30, $60, whatever. However they wanted to do it.
Yeah, they could do that too. But I'm saying they're collecting the 50 from the person that's trying to squeeze in, and they still collected the 50 from the person that dropped, because they don't issue refunds after like a week or something.
It just came up.
They said due to some technical error. Oh, it's not like in their protocol. But they're making all this money. Like, technical errors should not be an excuse. It is an excuse for the first year, but moving forward, it has to change.
I definitely hope they do change that. Like, if someone's risking out there to get in, like, they should be able to get in.
One thing that I do say is that if anyone from Raresburg, like, if for some reason it just goes out there, we do say this because we know, and it doesn't sound like just smack talk, because we know that you guys listen. Yeah. Every time there's being a play in the community, and like, we usually talk with the community, it's just not only us 4 that feel that way. If we feel this way, how many people feel this way, right? That's kind of how it goes. So we hear not just complain this and that. We say it because we know there could be a change, and you guys actually listen to it. So I am excited for year 2 and year 3 because they do listen, and they usually do fix. That is one good thing that I could really say about that.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about it besides being locked in a corner, bro?
Oh my. Dude, this one's really hard for me to talk about. There's so many variables to this game already, right? Like, what cards do I draw? What matchup am I gonna get? But the biggest variable I can't get through is Eventbrite. I am not Eventbrite blessed. Like, some people are Eventbrite
them all the time.
Some people are Eventbrite blessed, that's not me. I have not a single time gotten my ticket straight, like, day of. Like, every time I'm waitlisted, and for Vegas, I didn't even get it in at all.
Oh,
You know, I still went in. I got my attendee badge. I was like, "You're gonna tell me 10 times, you're not gonna let me in just to play side events." You know, at least I forced my way into Vegas. I didn't give up hope. You know,
But
but
that's
that's
it.
just,
But yeah.
like there is some humanity. Thank you, like Ravensburg and PPG. I don't know who to blame. I feel like it's all of you. Like I really don't like Eventbrite, man. It's never worked out for me. Like for some people, like you get on their phone, 8 o'clock or whenever, in seconds to get their ticket. Other people like me, I'm refreshing for over an hour and a half, praying, hoping. Some people saying give up. Some people saying, oh, it is possible. I had some people say they got waitlisted, they kept refreshing, and then they got a way in. Like Eventbrite just makes no sense. Like it, I can't. Like there's already so much going on in this game, and it just Eventbrite. It's just I can't beat it.
And Vegas
uh,
is one of the ones that I got waitlisted on, and I was able to go in all of them. But let's say like I ended up topping that one. It ended up being one of my days, right? So it ended up being a good. I ended up topping the Vegas one. Let's say I don't get off that wait list. It was meant to be that day for me. Now I can't, right? So what was meant to be my day, now I can't. So like then you miss out on the top. You miss out on like I don't know, man. It's crazy.
No,
But
I just
yeah,
want a
it's really rough.
chance, Like I
yep.
already missed I already missed some chances like to compete, When I went to Seattle, I was like I already knew like I'm probably not gonna beat Eventbrite again and get into the LCQ at Anaheim. Anaheim's like literally like less than an hour from me. But I'm traveling to Texas, Seattle, just because
Vegas.
I'm actually able to get in. Yeah, Vegas, it's frustrating, and
Yeah.
it really and it's like I already put so much time and effort into this game. I know a lot about this game because of the amount of time I spent into this game, and then just to be compensated with like you know, like here you either hit or you miss.
Yeah.
I just
It's
want
rough.
to.
Yeah, it's rough. It's super rough. And hopefully in the future, Ravensburger and Eventbrite get together and be like, hey, this is the experience our players are having. Is there any way the servers can get boosted? Something to where it's able to get all this. What is it? I'm not sure how it works, but
I
it's
think
able
just
to
increasing cap. Just
take all
increasing
this
cap.
traffic in. Yeah, take all this traffic in from these people, from these players that are trying to get these
Yeah.
tickets, and make it a little bit more easier, or where it doesn't feel like that. So hopefully that works out in the future.
Yeah, I mean, and like, congratulations to everyone who is gonna have a chance to compete. There's only like 1,000 people, I think. So this one has like the smallest cap, I think,
Yeah.
out of all the DLCs. So because the other ones had like over 2K cap, this one had over like a little over 1,000 cap. So
Yeah.
it's like if you got in, you for sure are lucky. And definitely
Yeah.
seize the moment, and prepare. And I know some people are going in who don't even play that much, but that's fine. That's fine because
That's in every
they're
game.
yeah, and they're gonna have a chance, and
Yeah.
they're gonna have that experience. And I wish everyone competing, good luck. Like on Friday, and then Saturday, that's like a whole nother story. Like I'm definitely rooting for you, Caesar, and everyone who gets a chance to compete there. Like I definitely want to watch that. So it's like I do look forward to seeing the event. I just wish I could participate and
All
at
right.
least a chance. But
Hey, but if you guys are
we
not making it in, if you guys did not get in, still head down to Disneyland. Say what's up. If we scrub out right out of the first round, hey, we hit Disneyland California Adventure. You already know the
Yep.
vibes.
Lorcana gonna invade the Disneyland. That's the whole
I
bunch of
know.
Lorcana people. You'll be
yeah,
seeing
it's gonna be fun.
everybody in the tables playing and stuff.
But yeah,
Right.
That was a rant.
some things we wanted to get into also this episode, right? There's some cards that haven't really been picking up in the meta, but I think they're underdogs, underrated, right? This one right here is one of the ones I picked, Bellwether. I really think this card is cracked. I do think you could be still, but let's out where it's this card, but maybe a little bit. I think this card can be cracked in Baja Blast. The reason being, right, it's because of just her effect.
So
Just
wait. Those people that are listening in the car, all that, like, explain the card real quick. What is
yeah.
it? The people that are
So
looking.
just her effect, right? She's a 3-drop. She's a 2/3. During your turn, whenever a card is put into your inkwell, chosen opposing character gains reckless during their next turn. So it's stopping questers. It's making them rush into your bigger dudes. Say you drop a hook, a shmi, Bellwether on 3, something on 4, they're running into your shmi or something. And I think it's crack. Baja Blast, you play big dudes. This on 3, something on 4, it's rushing into something instead of questing. That's just on me though.
I agree. I mean, I tested this card in Baja Blast. Does feel good. I think the biggest thing with it right now is that, honestly, funny. You would think it would be fine because it's a 3-drop, but I think it being the same thing but a 4-drop would make it better. Because I feel like people see the 3 and don't want to put it in green because we're already flooded in green with a bunch of 3-drops. But I think the card's good. I mean, the card could be fine. I just think it's being overpowered by all the other broken 3-drop green cards.
But do you think it's like an upgraded Lio? Like, yeah, Lio makes them -1 lore, but like this comes down. This effect happens every turn.
Yeah.
Where people were loving Lio because it did it
So,
only 1 turn.
In a sense, yes and no. So the thing with Lio, it does it that turn. So this one isn't doing turn 3, the turn it drops. It will be if you're doing it turn 4 and you drop it, then you ink on turn 4, then it's doing the reckless on play.
Yeah.
But that -1 lore on Lio, I do think it's a better Lio because, like you said, it's every turn versus Lio once. But that 1 lore, I mean, you're putting Lio in for that -1 lore. I think the reckless is there too, but I think it's mainly for that -1 lore to kind of get your tempo back. But
yeah, for sure.
I don't know what everybody else thinks.
You want to go first, Eddie? Go ahead.
Yeah, I've been a fan of this card ever since like pre-meta. I obviously I think in blue still it can double trigger in a turn. But even in just regular green still, like I like it a lot because it's that constant ink. Like it does not take a lot, for this to trigger the effect. You're gonna ink almost every turn, and you're able to control, stabilize the board. I can even see this in purple green. Like it's a way to control the board. Like I think that's maybe the deck this probably fits the best because I don't see purple green running Lyle, or if they are, they may be running one. This might be better than Lyle because you're able to constantly trigger. You can constantly allow your opponent to not build a board. Like that can be really broken. So yeah.
So, okay, it was a meme about the whole dice to Medusa, and then people start making fun of that because there's no way you're not going to play a good card because of Medusa gets rid of it. I think we need to start doing the same thing with the Brawl thing. I really don't like the Brawl argument when there's only 4 Brawls in the deck. If I put my whole deck that dies to Brawl, well, they're all good cards. Like, you putting them in positions where they're gonna misplay, and they gotta make them the decision whether they're gonna misplay or not. I hit the wrong target for Brawl. I think this card is really good. If Lyle's only once per play and is really strong, yeah, the minus lore was cool, but I think that giving the reckless once every turn, like Cesar had mentioned, like you most likely ink every turn, especially with the tempo of this card being a 3. Even if it was a 4-drop, you're not stopping inking. It's not like this is an 8-drop and you're most likely done inking. So you're gonna ink if this stays straight, right? And it's ink, reckless. Purple green is I like it in purple green. I'm not gonna be experienced enough to say in Baja Blast, the blue green. I don't know much, but in purple green, you're a tempo deck. So just being able to do that and then keep wide and wide and wide, and then being able to just give them reckless and then preventing like the good traits is really, really strong. I think this is a really good card. And yeah, I'm glad someone mentioned it. And then the whole Lyle thing. If Lyle was good, why isn't this card being played now? Which I think is better than Lyle. But yeah, the card's good. It is definitely a sleeper.
I want to touch on something for the deck real quick. I mean, this card. I mean, this goes for all the cards that have the same wording. During your turn, when you ink, do this. All these cards are good, guys. You don't have to double ink to make the card good. The Raya and Ruby is good. If you're doing that once a turn, it is good. The Basil, I'm a big advocate for Basil. If you see me take that out of my green still list, come and slap me, please, because I think that card is good. You don't have to ink twice for that Basil to be good. The purple Peter Pan, exert your character. once a turn is fine. You don't have to be playing blue for that. All these cards that are inking once a turn to do the effect, as long as you're doing it once a turn, which majority of the time you're inking every turn, these cards are going to be good. And that's what it is. It's not that you can trigger it twice per turn. It's the fact that you can keep doing it every turn that makes them good. No need for double trigger, guys. I know the dream scenario is to do it twice, but we don't have to do that for the card to be good.
Chicha needs to be in blue because it says the time you will
second,
ink. All these cards don't have to be in blue because it doesn't say second time you ink.
Yeah.
It's just when you ink.
Yeah, doing it
Everyone
twice.
gets that privilege.
Doing it twice can be cracked, but you don't need to. Like this card giving reckless every turn is probably the only card that gives reckless every turn. Like actually I guess John Silver, but you have to exert him. But it's one of the few cards.
Giving Genie reckless, forcing them to start swinging with their Genie is cracked.
Or stop them from questing. I mean, it's what it is too. The reckless, if you don't turn,
that's why you want to stop.
Yeah. So I mean, this card's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can't out your Genie. You'll just out of yourself.
Yeah. Or I'll just leave my character standing and I'll just keep giving it reckless and it can't do nothing but sing.
Also, less songs in the format, so they can't avoid the whole singing. You have to swing because a lot of people are cutting songs. In purple green, oh, you don't have the one Friends. Oh, you don't even play Friends.
Yeah, so your Genie's just gonna sit there or swing if it has to. But yeah,
it's a good call, good meta call right now.
Just all out.
So one of my cards I put is Gazelle. We know the boy Artifacts brought this into light. After hearing I haven't been able to watch all the EU versus NA things. But after hearing his little tidbits on this card, I think this card's good, man. I see that the purple green list right now has the 3-drop Peter Pan, the Ninkable one, the Rush one. I think we should be playing more of this instead of that card, in my opinion.
What is Gazelle again?
So it's a 2-drop 1/2. When you play this character, 2-drop Inkable 1/2. When you play this character, chosen character gains evasive until the start of your next turn. So if any of you guys remember the 4-drop green Tinkerbell, it's basically the same thing, but it comes out earlier. One of the things, guys, everybody loves to talk about this. It helps you deal with Diablo. So this is one of the good things. And if you're not playing against something that deals or has a Diablo in it, you can ink it, or you can use this aggressively. You can now give I don't know if that deck, or like your Clarabelle and your Big Ursula, you can now give it evasive and quest with it. Now their only outs are Dragonfire or Let It Go or Big Bombs to take them out. Like this can be used aggressively as well, which is why I think it's inkable, so it's a lot more flexible. That's why I think this card should be it should be 2 of these instead of 1 and take out that Peter Pan, because what else is evasive in that deck because we're playing the Peter Pan that gives rush to evasives, right? That's the one we're playing. It's not the one that gives rush or evasive rush. Yeah, exactly. So what other evasive cards are in that deck? It's just the Elsa that already has rush. The Genie, which I don't think you want to give rush to. I guess it helps you clear. I guess it helps you clear a Diablo, but this is what this is doing.
Right? Like crab Genie, out there Genie, but you need that card. When this one just needs that card, anything becomes evasive. Yeah, and you don't have to swing with your Genie. So
and I don't know if anyone. The best thing. I don't know if anyone saw it, but putting Bonsai and they have a shifted Diablo in the Cove, and you have Gazelle in your hand, bro, you are gonna cook them. You are going to cook them.
I like purple.
And if they don't, because they saw it in your hand, like that game with Zan where he saw it in the hand, he can't do nothing about it because now they put down the hyena, the Bonsai, and now that hyena is just gonna eat the Cove in 2 turns. So what do? You kind of like chest lock them, like checkmate in a sense. Like it's this card's good.
Play it. He's like,
play it, please. Yeah, play. Whatever you do, it's not gonna go good for you. And he had the crab in hand, so he outed the Cove in 1 turn. But either way, like that he was gonna be stuck for a while unless Zan had a let the Storm Rage on. But I mean, this card's good. This card's good. What do you guys got on it?
I'll go. I think it's good offensively to control the board. It's also good defensively to protect your quester. And sometimes that quester can quest for 2, 3, or 4. It gives you a lot of options. It's inkable if it doesn't come up. So it's not like a 4 of. It's not maybe a 2 of at most. It's usually a 1 of, I think, in the Artifacts build. But it's a great effect. That classic pixie dust effect. It's still good.
It is still it's
her inks don't lie. Good card.
Her inks don't lie.
I think Kevin from the Goon said this. Whoever can get
Shakira.
this signed by Shakira is goated.
Oh my god, bro!
Goated.
Foil this with a
Yeah.
Shakira signature. Oh my gosh.
That'd be sick.
Shout out
I'd
to the
buy that.
Goons. Shout out to Kevin.
Dude, that'd be
Oh
dope.
man,
Dude,
that's a
go,
price card right there.
go to a
Dude.
Shakira concert just to get this signed.
Yeah, that's crash.
That'd be great.
You got
Oh,
any
you
thoughts
got a
on this,
golden
Danny?
Mickey. That's cute. I have a.
That's why I'm going to
signed
Shakira concert.
foil. Gazelle, that's
Right.
crazy, bro.
That's
Like
funny.
I finally have a reason to go to see Shakira live.
There you
Like,
go.
not-
VIP.
I always
I'll say
wanted
the
to
whole
see
VIP.
Shakira.
I
Oh,
know.
that was so insane.
All right, so we'll go to our next card. This one's chosen by who?
Hector. We got
It's a
the
blue
Yokai.
card.
Yeah.
A blue card.
Yeah, you guys want to? Oh, obviously, I have to explain it first, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so this card's good. I think I always want to look in the card pool when I play blue
Hold on.
steel.
Let me read it real quick, just because we're
Yeah,
bad at
go
doing
ahead.
this. So Yokai, guys, it's a 4-drop sapphire card. It's inkable. It's a 3/3. It reads, whenever this character quests, you may return one of your items to your hand to pay 2 less for the next item you play this turn, and it quests for 2. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah. So I like this card. Like the theory and then just what its aspect in blue steel does. You're able to go from 2 to 4. As you guys know, that's usually the play. Now you go whether you play Cell or you play Tipo. A lot of the times you're able to go from 2 to 4. So whenever you drop this on 4, one thing I look for is an inkable card. Oh, that's good. It's a 3/3 body. It's really strong, and it's a quester for 2. So what you're able to do with this card is also obviously survival, as you guys said. But when you always play popsicles either with turn 1, turn 2, or whatever after the cool, whatever. You usually drop it always on turn 1. You'll have a popsicle or 40 sphere on presence because that's our 1 drop. You're able to quest, be able to bounce this back, and then next item you play is 2 less. Then you play the popsicle again, and you draw 1. And you just keep doing that as long as this card is still on the board. So it's essentially what I say is when this character quests, draw a card. Now, people look too much in depth of like, but you get max value. That works better when you have a 3 item or a 3/4 item or a 2 item or diamond by paying 5 ink. Like, no, you don't need to do that. It's just literally quest, draw a card, and you just get that value. Gramatala grabs 2 cards, and you get to pick out of one of them. You only still end up getting the 1 card. This also gets you the 1 card. The other one, the Gramatala filters, but this one quests for 2. So there's that like kind of weigh your options. But I do like this body. I like it a lot, especially when you have let's say people are playing Chimp bodyguard, Pluto bodyguard, right? And protect it. You're constantly getting that popsicle filter. I think it's really strong. I think it's good. And then, yeah, I just wanted to hear you guys' thoughts on it. But I think it's definitely a sleeper that no one's playing. But then again, this whole deck right now is a sleeper because I just got to figure it out, man.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. How you're saying, right? This comes out a turn earlier, so because you're T-poing on 2, this comes out on 3. And turn 4, you can play the Pluto bodyguard, so then this gets that for sure 1 turn swing in. And then you have that popsicle back in hand where next turn you're able to play it, draw a card, or if you don't have the Pluto,
Well, that same turn you could play it.
Yeah,
draw the card. Yeah, for free.
Yeah, and so it's oh yeah, because it's free, even better, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm saying. It's free every time. That's what it is.
Yeah, you're just consistently drawing it. I think, yeah, this is a sleeper card. Maybe people might start playing this, and especially if you're playing just a little more aggressive, blue steel. This questing for 2 also. There's Shmi. This quest for 2. It's pretty solid. It's pretty solid.
Yeah, I think if this card goes anywhere, it will be in blue steel. I think the Tala. So what Tala does in blue red is and I know this because I was trying to build a Robin Hood blue red deck, but the thing that hurts Robin Hood from being in that deck is that when you're not dropping Hiram, you're dropping something to deal with the board, which is Tala. So this kind of acts like a Tala, but Tala, this is the thing that turning the card is that, and it'd probably be a little bit broken if it did. I think it'd kind of be fine. It'd be a good card, but if it was on play, because the thing with Tala is it already comes in, so it already does what you wanted her to do. So now you can use her for the board trading, and if you don't need her for the board trading, then you can sing your other broken songs that are in blue red. So I think this will be better in blue steel just for the fact that blue steel in the blue red matchup wants to go fast. So putting this down instead of a Tala or instead of the Hiram, it's gonna be a lot better for you because you get to hit that burst and then finish them off with the aerial dime combo or something. So I think this card is I think this card is super underrated. Like I said, it's just getting outshined by Tala at the moment. But if there ever is a rotation or a ban list and Tala gets banned, I think this card will right away swoop into her spot. So,
Oh yeah, for sure.
what
All
you
right.
got, Eddie?
Oh, on this card, I mean, it fits in any like blue deck that cares about items. Obviously, blue still is, I feel like, what it's made for, at least this meta. In future metas, I can foresee this working maybe in a blurple, because there's still like a Magic of the Spell deck out there with potential. I like the ability on Quest. It synergizes with like a more aggressive like blue strategy, and the stats are solid. 3/3 stats. That's really, I think, what you want to have more of in your deck. With Quest for 2, a lot of good things about this card, and just if you were to play it this meta, to me it's not a 4 of, because you don't always will want to play this, but there are times where you just need more draw, you need more ways
You're gonna make
to
me be spicy,
get
Eddie. I'm
value.
gonna put this as a 1 of in my blue red.
You can,
I'm gonna do 2
yeah,
Talas, 1 Yokai,
as a
bro.
one or two, I think it's the sweet number with
Bro,
this card, but
so
it's good.
there's a play in blue red that a lot of not experienced blue red players miss, and then you do it with Tamatoa, where you use your ice block, then you crack it with the Hiram, and then you bring
double
back the ice block.
block.
You bring back the ice block that you killed, so you can get that double ice block trigger. So this guy
There you
can
go.
do
Double
it,
ice block,
can do that
yeah.
earlier, and can do it for free, because when you bring back when you kill the ice block with this guy, you can still play it for free. Or I guess not. Never mind. It won't work because it doesn't have that recursion effect. But you can play another ice block for free.
And I think we do have to mention because I forgot to mention it. I'm sorry. It was the quill. After the turn 4, and then the 5, it literally goes into the curve. You still play the character, a Hiram of that, and then you're able to like tap quill, quest with this, bounce back quill, pay 1 for quill again. You know what I mean? Like if you know those whole new world decks, it really could be in blue red. It could be really good in blue steel. If you know Amber Steel's about a whole new world, dude.
Yeah. So the
Can you
ice block,
imagine?
the ice block thing I was talking about does work. I forgot. I'm tripping out. You don't crack it with Hiram. You activate ice block. You bounce it with Yokai, and then you play it again, and then you get that second. So it's like almost you have 2 ice blocks in hand in a sense, or 2 ice blocks on the field. So then you can make a 4 power guy to a 2 power and then brawl it, or a 5 power to a 3 power and then Medusa it. So shoot, I might put this as a 1-of, bro. Just for
Like,
those,
I was even
little
thinking,
scenarios.
you can even bounce. You can bounce dime. You can bounce dime with this if you have enough ink. Bounce dime, double dime. And,
you can, but that's more like
that.
yeah.
Like that's
The dreams,
what we're doing.
the
If
possibilities.
late game, I drop this and I have a time. That is a play,
Yeah.
right? If it's late game and this is a character deck, yeah, it's still play.
Yeah.
So yeah, underrated card for sure. I think I'm gonna try it as a 1-of, just because it's just gonna feel bad when I really want that Tala and I get the Yokai, the 1-of Yokai. Like I said, I mean the only difference is that the Tala filters it right away. So if I play this in the blue red mirror and it dies, like I'm gonna be sad because I want.
Are you on 4 Talas?
No, I'm on 3.
Oh, so maybe like you're thinking of a 2-1.
Yeah, 2-1.
Maybe?
Yeah, 2-1.
That's fair.
I might try it. But let's go on to the next card. Eddie, go ahead and start us off. Can you see the card on your screen, or do you want me to read it off?
Yeah, no, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and read it off.
Yeah, so I chose as my sleeper Twin Fire, 2-drop, uninkable in steel. It's an action that says deal 2 damage to chosen character. Then you may choose and discard a card to deal 2 damage to another chosen character. I got him. No, I got him. So this is my pick because I find that this can actually replace Fire the Cannon, and that's gonna be my hot take, because Fire the Cannon has been the answer to aggro, but I find that this has the potential to one of these does what 2 Fire the Cannons does, and if it doesn't double trigger, then I can still just use it. This gives me options.
And it becomes a boom. It becomes a boom, right? If you don't use the double trigger,
becomes a
just a
10 times
boom.
worse boom. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a worse boom, but the fact that I have the option to make it a double Fire the Cannon, it just opens up my uninkable slots in like to me the only decks that would run this would be like purple steel or blue steel, because you need decks that have high draw to synergize with this. This works even better with a dock deck because you want to empty your hand. Um, so
Yeah.
to me, this just and a lot of times this can feel like a mini grab your sword because I'm taking out more than one thing with just one card. Ultimately, this is about card economy, most value per card in my deck. This gives me the ability to do more with less, and that just is in a resource-based game. This card has that potential to just give you more options to deal with the early game. And Fire the Cannon is still good. If you run this and with Fire the Cannon, it's not wrong. But in my testing, if I play a one drop and then I can play this on two, the only way I'm playing this on two is if it hits two things. This eats like green purple. They play a one drop like Pegasus,
They go Merfolk or
Merfolk,
Pegasus,
Merfolk
Bonsai.
or
and then Bonsai turn
Banzai.
2. Yeah, so you just 2 for
Exactly.
1. Yeah,
A lot
or
of
2 for
green
2.
purple only has two like willpower or less early game. So to me, this is like a good answer to green purple. It's a good answer to
Green
you know,
Steel.
yeah, Diablo. It
Yeah.
still hits Diablo. So it's like it does what Fire the Cannon does, but it gives you the option to be better for less.
Yeah. Or even if you're trying to set up right, like or later on, so you're like this will be your turn 2. You hit 2 things for 2 damage. Maybe they don't banish just yet. Then you set your turn 3 up to your Tinkerbell, set turn 4 up for your Shift Tinkerbell. So then essentially those two characters that you did shoot for 2 take that 1 more damage and possibly get banished.
Yeah, it's like you just have that option. In Magic, we call it kicker. It's like this plus another effect. It's not something I always want to play like on curve, but it's naturally built to destroy or shut down aggro.
Mhm.
Um, and
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 there's green
it,
purple everywhere.
and yeah, and green purple really is where this shines in that matchup.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I mean, I like it a lot, and I've been testing builds with just two of these. Um, and like two of these and two grabs can control like a board.
Yeah.
Like and if I have the draw in my deck, like I could do in purple or in like maybe like a wheel blue steel deck, or yeah, you're able to not feel the hurt of losing a card because you just replace it ultimately. Like to me, it's just a value card. Like you're able to, because this game a lot of times it's hard to fit, you know, cards in my deck. There's always that extra one or two of card that I want to try. In my testing, this has been like consistently good. Like I'm never sad to have this in my hand.
No. What do you think, Hector?
Okay. I'll put it in. I'll give it my blue steel take, and then I'll try to wrap my head that I'm not a blue steel player and try to think of something else in another deck. I think in blue steel, I have tried it a few times. I've decided like maybe do like a 2 fire the cannons, 1 twin fire, and then the 2 along games was kind of like in the middle, kind of split with it. I've tried it. Blue steel, it just does not fit on curve with 2. So many things I want to play on 2. That's the rough part. Also in steel, the play with the quail, X01, I have 1 spare ink. It just happens to me all the time, guys. I always end up with that 1 ink to cannon something, 1. And so I can just see myself all the time just be stuck with like, I wish I had 1 more ink for the twin fire. This not being able to hit the same character, it's really, really big. I think right now with the meta being 3-4 shields, if this hit for like the 4-for-1 character, I still think it's fine. You're wasting the twin fire and you're discarding to hit 4, and it's still 1 less than a long came Zeus. So it's not like, oh, this replaces a long came Zeus. No, it doesn't, because you can't hit the Maui shark with this.
And you can't see
You
it.
can't hit certain cards with this. So I think it should have been able to hit the same character if you're discarding a card. So that's my issue. A lot of steel. It's in steel. Checking aggro. I think Calhoun does a better job at that. It being a 2-drop, also an inkable, so that's like a better slot to have in. But now, instead of just me roasting that, this is the only card I don't agree with. But I will give this benefit of the doubt to it. I will give this one. I like this deck a lot. In a purple steel with 4 docks, low to the ground, 5 maximum, because you want to get rid of your hand.
Yeah.
So if you're able to twin fire, boom, boom, right, and then you're maximizing and you're speeding up your dock, draw 2. So I think this build in a purple steel with like docks, or like empty out my hand, you know what I mean? There's steel builds that like, some characters say when you don't have a hand. Like there's like stuff like that. Tiana's, like Piglet, whatever. There's a lot of characters. So there's like definitely builds where it's steel where you don't want to have a hand. and with Doc, like we said. So I can see it definitely being powerful there. I just really wish this was able to hit the same character, because if it did, I still don't think this card is broken. I just think it's now worth for sure fully considering. But yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I agree with Hector. He basically took exactly what I was gonna say. I think I was a big advocate for this card, and I still think it has some crazy lines when you cast it on turn 2 and you hit a Bonsai and Merfolk, or a shifted Diablo and more for Cindy and a Smee, so that they, I mean, the Smee's kind of rough because then good players will hold it standing and Rapunzel it later, but like it still has some good lines. But I also agree. I think this card like should be able to hit the same person. I don't think it would be broken at all. I think it would just be a good card. Because at the end of the day, you can just be a worse baboom and use it on the same on one character, or when you really need it, especially with that genie in the meta right now, you can kill the genie with this card, and that would be good. And honestly, we're talking about Diablo not having a lot of outs right now. Genie doesn't have a lot of outs that are feeling good. You brawl it, it already drew a card. Yeah, it's a on rate removal, but they already drew the card. So honestly, brawling a genie doesn't feel that good. Even this with this, even if this could kill genie, it would not feel that good because you discarded a card to kill their genie and they already drew the card. Yeah, you spent 2, they spent 4, but they drew the card and you -1 the card in your hand. So I think this card not hitting the same unit is a mistake, in my opinion. I feel like it should have, and it would have helped. It would have helped our removal problem in Lorcana. That removal is kind of bad. So
yeah, so they're saying that Steel, because of like Steel's not keeping up. They're saying because a lot of characters are adapting as every set comes. Daisy, they're getting all these 5/5 shiftable. Everything's becoming 3, 4, 5 as 1, 2, 3 drops. But Steel's not catching up, and this would have been a good card for them to introduce to hit the same character, because this doesn't solve that problem. So we still don't have a lower removal to fully banish a character in Steel. Right?
That's why Blue Steel is suffering and has been suffering last set, is because Blue Steel used to be strong when Steel was in the meta because it was the best Steel combination to beat all Steel decks. Now you play Blue Steel, you're losing to Amber Steel. You can still lose to Green Steel. Like the Blue Steel was good because when Steel was in the meta, you would play Blue Steel to counter it. Now you play Blue Steel and you still lose to other you still lose to other Steel decks. So it's just I think that's why Blue Steel's lacking, and it is because Steel, Lorcana in general has bad removal, and Steel, like he said, we're getting thicker bodies, but Steel's not getting thicker damaging spells, so it's pretty rough.
I can talk. Yeah, so I can talk about like what you just said right now, because I think Blue Steel just needs to be more aggressive. A lot of these other like Amber Steel deck, they're doing things, maintaining the board, and still questing. You know, like we can talk about like Simba, but no, honestly, like I do
I'm
think
laughing at Hector. No, I agree. I think my apologies.
I'm taking notes, yo, because you guys are like on point. Like, man, it's like
let me rephrase that. Blue Steel, current Blue Steel list, you know, the OG ones, the wheels with the removal and all that, those are suffering right now. I do think like an aggro Blue Steel list there with Alice and stuff and the Baymax and all that, like I think that will that can
low to the ground, Doc.
What I don't like, what I don't like.
Blue Steel Doc
on this one for sure.
Why not?
Blue Steel Doc.
Blue Steel Doc.
Yeah,
that sounds it.
That's spicy.
Write that down, Blue Steel guy.
Blue Steel Doc.
No, yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the good thing about this set, dude. Like, it was already kind of happening last set, but this set for sure. Like, now we have still the top meta colors: Amber Steel, Blue Red, but they're all, you can kind of build them different ways. Blue Red has 2 different ways. It has Sailor's version and it has Ding Kong Farm's version. Amber Steel has the aggro version and it has Steel Song. Purple Steel has the 3 versions right now. Locations, and I guess Amber Steel also has the locations, but locations, the Blue Fairy one and the non-Blue Fairy one. You know, all these colors now are having multiple decks in the color combination that can still be meta, and that's a good thing. Purple red,
RP, right?
You know, burn, burn and regular control. So I mean, it's good, man. It's good.
can we get a good blue Tinkerbell to shift on?
Right?
Purple got one,
Yeah.
man. That card is like now. How are they? How is Purple still dropping Tink before
That,
I'm
a
dropping
magic
Tink?
a magic broom, but
Like, bro,
Tinkerbell.
that's not it, bro.
That would be cracked. A magic broom, but Tinkerbell. A 2/3, basically magic broom, but Tinkerbell. That'd be cracked.
Oh man.
Crack.
Yeah, a 2-drop.
Next set.
Steel
Next set.
Tink.
Next set. There's always next set. There's always next set. Dude,
Yeah.
we still haven't got our 1-drop beast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm waiting for the 1-drop beast to shift
Yeah,
on 3. I don't
give
have to use more.
Steel a 1 or 2-drop beast, so we don't need a morph anymore, please.
Or give the beast
Morph
in
is
another
more
color.
scary though. Morph is broken because
Yeah.
when Green Steel, I'm gonna tell you this: when I see a morph, and I know you guys can now have the variety. I have four characters I can pick now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's scary. Now I'm playing a guessing game. Like I have cannons. Well, now I'm gonna have to out this morph because yeah, you can out this Diablo. But if they drop this shift character right now,
Yeah.
I lose.
You
What
know
if it's a for all I know it's a shift 5 Cindy, the big one.
That's
And I'm
that's
over here,
why.
oh no, but I have to respect Diablo. Boom, shift Cindy. They pay 5.
Oh,
Like,
that
that's
would be
crazy,
crazy.
bro.
If-
That's why we have
Shift
twin.
Cindy on
That's
a
why we have
morph?
Twin Fire,
Crazy.
dude. Twin Fire
Oh, hey,
wrecks
hey.
that.
Got him.
Got him. This turns any card into a fire the cannon, so it's good.
All right.
Alrighty.
So those are our underrated cards that hopefully we start seeing into the meta. Like especially maybe people are still cooking up some spicy stuff, and LCQs are gonna be pretty spicy. But there is one thing that I think that a lot of people have been bringing up and maybe still complaining about or wanting a fix, but I don't know. I don't think this card is a threat anymore, and maybe you guys know what I'm talking about already. Diablo, right? Everyone saying Diablo's needs a ban, Diablo needs a errata, it's the next Bucky. But now I don't see Diablo as a problem coming from a Green Steel player. Because I actually been moving away from Green Steel and spreading my wings, testing some RP, some red purple, ruby amethyst, right? And I don't see Diablo as a problem. I'm just like, play it.
Yeah, I think that the card is still broken. It still is a problem. Is it ban worthy? And I've never thought it was. It isn't. Like the more I'm playing this set, and the deck I've been practicing most this set right now is Green Steel. Like Diablo just feels like it just gets outed all the time. Like it doesn't draw me more than 2 cards, like ever. Like it's always getting outed. And like we said, the Gazelle, another way to out it. Bunch of fire the cannons going around. So yes, it's a problem because it is shaping the
Twin fire.
the way you got to build your deck. You have to put answers in there for Diablo, because if you don't, it will run out of hand and it will just end the game with the card attrition you're getting. But man, the games are allowed to have good cards, guys. Like we don't have to make like the game can have a good card, and that's what Diablo is, and we just have to play around it, and you need to out it. It is what it is, and if you don't out it, like I don't know. I agree with Hector, and Hector's gonna say it. Turn 2 Diablo shift is the most broken thing in the game. I agree. If you can't do that, which most of the time you don't do it after, like you might do it the first turn, but if you have to hard play the Diablo, like it gets so much worse.
Yeah,
And at that point, like it's only the first 2. Like if you see, sure, complain about that. If you see Diablo shift Cove Diablo, like yeah, that's
Yes.
busted. That is broken. I agree with everyone there. That is completely
Especially on the
absurd.
play.
Yeah, completely
That's a bannable
absurd.
move.
That is a bannable move. Yeah, I will agree. Ban that. But
Ban that.
Like you just naturally can't do that move.
yeah,
on
you
two.
just,
That's
just put it in the
what-
rules. You can't shift Diablo Cove and all that. Like you can't do it. It's not allowed. It's illegal. But everything else, like I think Diablo's fine, man. We're gonna keep getting it. Like the genie now, it'll get answered automatically by genie, because now turn 2 you do it. Yeah, you might draw the card off of genie, but the thing that Green still suffers is that it needs to keep getting card value. If we're not drawing, our deck is useless, because we got it. Our goal all the time, a majority of the time, is to discard your hand. So if we're not seeing our discard, we got to draw it, and if we're not drawing, we're not seeing our discard. So then we lose the game. Like it's how it goes. So if I shift Diablo and then you kill it on genie with turn 4 because you run into it, like after turn 4, you have so many outs to Genie in purple green. You have Elsa, or in purple red, you have Elsa, you have Brawl. Like, after the first shift, every other Genie is almost dead on sight. I mean, every other Diablo is almost dead on sight. So it's like, it has a lot of answers now. Yes, it's not as early anymore, but once you kill that first shifted one, almost every other Diablo is dead on sight. Against, at least for me, against almost every deck I played against, it's dead on sight. And I think, we didn't talk in our underrated cards, but that 2-drop action, I was playing against a purple steel the other day, and it was like turn 4, and I checked their hand. They must have drawn it. I checked their hand. They didn't have Elsa. They didn't have anything, but they had a Genie on board. So they top decked that 2-drop action that exerts your character. Boom, my Diablo was dead. I was like, dude,
That's the way.
like, yeah. So I'm like, dude, like my Diablo does not live. I was gonna deal with the Genie next turn because I was like, all right, he can't kill my standing Diablo. But like, there's so many answers now. Like, I think it's fine. Doesn't need a ban. I didn't think it needed a ban before, but it's all right. What we got, Hector?
Oh, Hector.
Me?
Ban the
I mean,
bird.
honestly, they're just pretty much. I think the card is okay. I think that I'll say the other part I wanted to say after this, but I think the card is fine. The card itself is not like broken. I think being able to play the Cove and then shift on 2 and move it, it's really busted because you denied all types of removals. So usually it's gonna resolve like 3 times, and there's nothing in the game that really checks it. Without you having to sacrifice, yes, I can throw in the smashes. Yes, I can do these other cards. But then, like, you know, like, that's taking up my slots. That's technically not a good card against other matchups. Like, now what? Like, I have to cut some Along Came Zeus's. Now it cuts my Maui Sharks, my Genies. I was like, you know, so being able to play, I have to play worse cards into the meta in order just to specifically target Diablo, which I don't think is too good. So yes, I think that's a bannable move. Obviously, there's not going to be such things as, hey guys, we banned this move, right? Mm-hmm. Now, to be said, we can check these moves. I did think Green Steel got worse into this format, just like Blue Steel. First of all, before I go off on that, please Green Steel come back. Please, man. I've been dying to play Green Steel, man. My Fire the Cannons have not hit the same ever since you guys left out of the format. I am dodging all the Green Steels, and my Fire the Cannons is dead against everything else. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now back to the thing. Purple green. Them adding 4 crafts. That Cove right now, as Moyen, I know they have talked about in the podcast. Right now, it's a bad time to play locations, unless you play 28 of them. But anyway, right now it's a bad time to play locations because right now with 4 crafts, you have the foxes, you boost up the Genie. Like, there's a lot of more ways to check the Diablo. Yes, there's a lot of more with the Gazelle and all that. There's a lot of more ways to check the Cove early. You get that. You never feel safe now. At least as a, I don't know how you guys feel. You guys play Green Steel. Just dropping Cove against Purple Green, knowing they play 4 crabs.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary. And knowing that, they'll leave the crab alone. They'll leave the Cove alone, and they'll just boost up their stuff with the crab, then still smack your character that's exerted. So I think Purple Green put a lot of these decks, including Blue Steel. It was a good matchup for me. On check, being able to adapt. So I think until we figure out this adaptation for Green Purple.
Ban Genie. No.
Ban Genie's next, dude.
Calm down, bro. Not my Genie, bro. Not my Genie.
Guys, next drop Goofy, but that's a whole nother video. Don't even get me started, man.
Whoa.
Anyway, yeah, that's my take on the Diablo. I think Diablo is fine. Then again, it's a bias. You guys know I've been playing Blue Steel for a while. I never had an issue with it. I prefer it. But I could only imagine myself playing these like purple before was playing these Amber Steels, these blue reds, and then going like Shiv, Diablo. Broken. You guys were denying my cannons as well, so that was really good. Yeah. So yeah, that move is broken. I think Diablo is fine. And watch all these people that put out videos. I don't mean to call anybody out, but you guys know who you are. It was not. You guys, I have not seen a video about ban Diablo lately, and it's been about just the format, and everyone seems happy. It's a variety of decks, and see, it's just
where the green steals at.
Wanted to be banned.
Yeah, where the green
steals. You guys remember
at.
when Only Your World wanted to be banned?
Yeah,
be prepared. To be banned.
Yeah.
Like, just gotta be patient with it.
Yeah, we just gotta relax.
Caesar knows. I always said just that move is too broken that early.
I agree.
All I said. That's a bannable move. That's like
you cannot play the secret.
Yeah, look at Zan, right? His EU versus NA list has 4 codes. I'm 100% certain if he takes Green Steel to Paris, he is not gonna have 4 codes. I promise you. Yes, that move is broken, but that Cove drawing it late is so bad. Like we're to do that broken move, we're also making our deck worse. So that's why it's at 2. So if your green steel opponents are constantly doing that shift line, bro, they're just lucky. I mean, it is what it is. They're just drawing the nuts. It is what it is. Because playing that
and let's
at
be
4,
real, it's not even that broken now.
Yeah,
Even early,
it's not even that broken.
now.
Yeah.
Along came Zeus is back in the format, hits 5 on location. You have 4 crabs running around. Like it's even now you see the move early. It's not that broken.
Yeah. So
yeah, it's I mean, I would say like Diablo is not a threat because Purple Steel is a threat. Like if y'all didn't know, Purple Steel's a deck. Like I'm here, I've been telling you. Like I've been showing you. I mean, and I like that matchup. But yeah, I never thought
my bad, dude.
Diablo
Purple
was
Steel
you're
has
good.
some dumb outs, dude. I was playing online and I didn't even think about it. This is where we're talking about missing these little plays. He had the tink in hand, right? Or he had the tink in play, the 1/3 evasive, and he had the shift tink in hand, which I knew. I'm like, I'm fine. He's gonna shift tink. He can't swing into my thing. No, I'm an idiot. He swung into my Diablo first with the 1/3 tink to put the 1 damage. Then he shifted tink, so then my Diablo was dead. I'm like, dude, I'm an idiot.
So
how did I not see that? There's another Diablo out right there. Like the 1 tink will do the 1 damage and the tink will finish it off. I'm like, dude, that is so good. What the hell? I was just cooked. I was done. That game was lost from that single move. I'm like, dude. So Purple Steel is bro. That deck is good. That's a good deck.
Yeah, Purple Steel, it's in there.
Yeah. So
wait. Before we. Oh my bad. Do you have to say something? Andy, go ahead.
No. I mean,
no. I cut Eddie off too. My bad.
You guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the only thing I mean, but you got what I meant. You know, there's I think, and I agree with y'all. It's like there's just a lot of ways to deal with it. I always was on that side of the camp. I think why we're still talking about it is because people are still putting up their hate signs, their banner,
bro.
Their banners up, and they're like, oh, I feel this way, and I can't wait for it to get banned, like they're expecting it. And I just think people need to just accept it so they can deal with it, cope with it, because there are ways to deal with it.
And people get this wrong. I am not a green steel player. Maybe now, but I was a red, blue steel player. Like even then, I wouldn't complain about Diablo. Like even when I wasn't playing it, I was not complaining about Diablo. I was complaining about it when Bucky was alive. Bucky was a problem. That card needed to be banned. That card was a problem. It was toxic gameplay, completely toxic gameplay. But Diablo with Bucky gone, Diablo is fine. And I said it right away. As soon as the Bucky came through, I was like, dude, Diablo is fine now. Like the card can exist. But this is coming from a blue player or a previous blue player. Like Diablo has been fine. It is fine. Bucky was the problem. Everyone's saying that Bucky was not the problem. They are crazy. Bucky was toxic.
Ward made it crazy.
I know we had to, man. I don't know if you. So hopefully you don't cut me off. But I just have to say something real quick. I went to TDK. I saw the locals. Carlos. This is how much Purple Steel. Carlos Batman, guys, is another member. He hasn't been able to hit the podcast because we were like, you cannot get in this podcast until you've been playing the new set because he had not been touching. So he goes to grab this card on Friday, put some cards in. He's like, I just took out some location. I put these things in, put the shipment, whatever. He just put some cards in and then like starts 2-0. He 2-0s me on blue steel. So he starts 2-0ing everybody. Plays Kenny, purple green flooded board. And then Carlos only has like 2 characters. One is a Tink, and then he doesn't have the big Tink, and he's just like goes like ink and then goes Doc. Only has 4 ink left. And just draws into that shift Tink and just boom, and then just gets out the merfolks and then swings into this, outs this. I'm like, oh my god, bro.
Yes.
Kenny, you guys know Kenny from Topic. He just looks at Ethan like
I love it.
Dude, guys, Purple Steel, I think got the most buff. Like it got shift Tink line.
Yeah, that 1/3 Tink is doing miracles for that deck.
Oh my
like
gosh,
I knew it too. Like as soon as people were like brushing off the 1/3 Tink, bro, that 1/3 Tink is the perfect shift line, bro. That Tink is crazy. Yeah. Whenever you want to shift off the
4 drops.
Yeah.
So they can sing along game 2, so they can play 4 if they wanted to, and it not be a break because Purple Steel does not play a lot of Uninkables, so they can play one of the best cards right now in the game. And he can play Twin Fire, and he can play Unfortunate Situation.
There you go.
Yes,
Shout
sir.
out Eddie.
Yeah, I just
that's more than these things.
you guys just talk about my deck. I appreciate it. Like, everyone. No, it's crazy. Yeah, I got nothing to say. You guys said it for me.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna switch decks, man. What is purple bat? What is
Yeah.
purple steel lose, man?
We're
Like, I
gonna-
wish there was just
we're gonna-
two colors.
I could,
We're
I
gonna.
could
I
tell you.
wish there was two colors that do good against purple steel
Okay.
that I can play, that I can cook up.
Let's see it. I can't wait for the next phase of
If
this.
you guys see me playing purple steel, don't judge me.
If Amarubi don't work out, it might just have to be the move. Or purple green.
Yeah.
Andy, have you been cooking up new decks, or are you still green steel player? Or are you trying to keep that on the low?
No, I've been venturing out, man. Like
Uh,
I've been venturing out pretty to a deck that I just two colors that I never touched ever. Two colors that I don't even have cards for. I'm like, I need these cards. So yeah, I've been venturing out to RP after getting 2-0'd at the triple case tournament. I was like, I saw his list. I was like, I can mess with this list. So I've been messing with it the past couple days, and I came up with the list already, and so I've been liking it. RP seems fun. How can you ever go wrong with Be Prepared? It's just so good.
Daddy getting on the train. 5 sets later.
Raw, Medusa, you have Genie.
You have, so.
You got library. You got
Medusa, Genie, library, Merlin. You have goats. I'm like, well, how has no one played this deck?
They do. They've been playing.
For the last 5 sets,
I'm not playing that deck.
Daddy?
I'm not playing that
Why
deck.
have you not been playing that?
I'm not playing that deck.
All right. As we get into the ending of our video, we do have a special giveaway that we will be running for the next 3 episodes. I think Cesar can bring up the photo.
Yeah. Let me get it real quick. I did not.
So yeah, it is gonna be a giveaway. As he's bringing up the photo, it's in the doc. How it's gonna work is you have to be subbed. You have to comment. You don't have to like the video. If you don't like the video, you don't have to like the video. We would love you to like the video though, but you do have to be subbed and you do have to comment. We will be giving 2 out the first week, 2 out the second week, and then 1 card out the third week.
You're good, bro. Keep talking.
So,
yeah, what these cards are going to be consisted of are
I'm gonna edit this.
There
This is going bad. I'll edit it in. Go ahead, keep going.
So what the cards are going to be consisted of is Melina Ewart that was at the Triple Case tournament and she was doing some signings. What we were able to do is get cold foils of all the cards that she created, drew out, and have her sign them with the Lorcana Cookout. I don't think you'll be able to see it right here, but this is how they look.
There you go.
Yeah. So we do have all of them cold foil, which is cool. It says at the Lorcana.
Guys, we were able to get 5 cold foil for you guys. It's gonna be 2 delivered this coming week, 2 delivered the next week. Tink, and we're gonna save the last one alone, that bell. So it's gonna be 2, and then we're gonna have the bell at the end. So make sure you guys are definitely subscribing and comment. And how Danny said, like, you guys don't have to like, but also if you ever dislike the video and you just hit the thumbs down, we actually appreciate that too. But just let us know in the comments why you thumbs down. That way we can improve and avoid those thumbs down. Correct. So we actually do appreciate also like negative feedback. We'll take it as like what is it called? Like the
constructive criticism.
There you go. Exactly. So we definitely appreciate that feedback as well, and then keep supporting us for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I took over this whole. Go ahead, man.
No, you're good. No,
I also want to take over real quick, guys. We kind of struggle sometimes coming up with topics, so please, we want to get the community more active with us. If you guys have any topics you guys want to go over, something that's been on your guys' head that you guys want some like-minded players to talk about, or you guys feel more experienced players to talk about like us, please comment down below. We'll look at the comments. We'll grab topics that we think we can touch on or that we can bring some good light on, and we'll pull some of those. So if you guys have any topics you guys want us to talk about, please drop them down below. Please.
Or keep requesting for Ethan to keep talking smack about this card. I know you guys don't like him.
Yeah, I know we needed Ethan for Diablo talk.
Yeah, we needed Ethan to be like, ban the bird.
Ban the bird. Hey, that's why like green steel is just not. It's still there, but it's just not the deck that everyone's talking about. They're talking about all these spicy things that are actually winning tournaments, and it's not green still, just winning
Yeah, it's
tournaments.
not.
Yeah, so that's great. It's great to see that.
I thought I was gonna
Just
take
right now-
first. I thought I was gonna
just right
take
now,
first. I
Yeah,
thought I was
sorry,
gonna take
Danny.
first, and I got
Still,
cooked.
Blue Steel takeover. Like I think just Blue Steel's dominating the format. It's beating everything. Has all the answers. I think just
Yeah, no one's saying that. No one's saying that right now.
All right, get us
They
out of
get
here.
trained.
Get us out of here, Danny. Get us out of here, Danny.
But yeah, guys, that was a great episode number 3. Once more, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate it. Also, comment. Let us know what's the good, what's the bad. We will be giving the descriptions the links for any of the things that we're talking about today. Especially, we just brought up TDK, the store over in Riverside. TCG, we're gonna be at over today for their Win a Box tournament in the city of Redlands. I always want to give a shout out to Judge Phil for the IE Discord. You know what, the things that he does for the IE and just for the community in general. How he has a website now that we'll go ahead and link on there anytime you want to see if where events are happening, set champs are happening, locals are happening. He's constructed this website that helps everyone out to the fullest, and
It's
I just want to give a
amazing.
shout out to Phil. Yeah, so shout out, guys. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, keep on cooking, keep on questing.
Yeah.